I was like, I don't need one of those.
Okay, looks like we're on, Mike.
One second here.
Okay, 6:02.
Okay, he's gonna start the meeting. He's gonna do the meeting.
I just seen if Sean was coming. This will be 2 meetings in a row that he hasn't done, so. All right, we'll call the meeting to order.
Roll call.
Yeah, I don't have to write that down, it'll just go in the minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll call for the board. Teresa,
Here?
Lori,
Here.
me here,
Okay.
and you've got the minutes of the last meeting.
Yes. Okay. Roll call, last month, Teresa, Lori, Mike, and Sandy all here. Claims and minutes were read and approved. Fire department read fire runs. Janet asked about playground equipment. It had storm damage. If we could turn it on, insurance, Sean, I guess that's Sean, would ask Mike about it. Eric will check it out. Justin, water and sewer, fountain at the pond, will get it in. Needs slag at the wastewater plant. Mike made a motion to get slag. Lori seconded, all in favor. Mike will order the slag. Lift station is done. We can order a diffuser or build one. Will be more effective and less money. Need to service the main valves. Take about 5 hours a month. Teresa made a motion. Mike seconded, all in favor to have that done. Janet sent out 14 letters for ordinance violations. Old business. Mike is still working on bathroom quotes. May 3rd is cleanup. Summer feed got approved. New business. Anton with economic development went over contract. Teresa made a motion to accept the contract. Mike seconded, all in favor. Mike asked about the water and sewer in the field. Justin said it was from the rain. We had a lot of rain. Mowing guy is interested in mowing the rest of the town. It would be $80 more each mow, under advisement. Mike is working with Sean on gas for fire trucks. We got a trailer and 2 ladders. Material at wastewater plant going to end up a lot of money. Need to work on that. Drain at Aldrich. Lori checked with started. They do not have a drain there. It's either Aldrich or town. The catch basin is on the Aldrich side. When weather gets cleared up, we need to check into it. Teresa made a motion to adopt and pass 2025-1 dog ordinance on second reading. Lori seconded and in favor. Teresa made a motion to amend 2005-8. Lori seconded, all in favor. Need to find a place for the sign. Need to order a plaque for pavilion. Lori will check on that. Meeting adjourned.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from the last meeting.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay, now we have to sign that.
Since, what was the dog thing last meeting?
Yeah. Dog ordinance, you mean?
Yeah.
What did we change in that, Lori?
Really wasn't too much, but we added where the ordinance officer could find them for the dogs.
Okay.
Before we couldn't really find them. The ordinance officer can go out and talk to them and find them. That's about it. Pretty much you have to go through the police for any vicious dogs. And the police, if we have at least two incidents, complaints, and it could be from anybody.
Okay.
Anybody, 2 complaints, we can start finding them, and it will be, I think it's $100 right off the dot. So, and
That's for dogs running loose.
yep, run loose. normally, once in a while, you know, somebody's dog gets loose, you know.
Well, yeah,
And then but we got the ones that run loose all the time, and they're vicious.
mhm, Yeah.
You know, we're gonna start finding them, and they have to pay enough money, maybe, you know.
yeah,
The
they'll,
police, most times you have to call the police to handle
Yeah.
a vicious dog, you know.
yeah, we've been dealing with that on and off over the years, yeah.
What did I do?
If you have a problem, you call the police, and then the ordinance officer, she finds out and will start
Here it
finding
is.
them.
So,
Well,
what did I do with that?
Been
Sandy had something
been a
here.
few years back, but
The water department.
Eric
to see
Kennedy
what she
had
found.
his dog
She made me a copy of it.
killed by a couple of dogs running loose. And his dog was out on a chain in its own yard. Yeah, there was no reason for that, but
No,
it bothered me that nobody did anything about it.
we're trying.
Those dogs should have been put down for killing his dog.
Yeah.
I
If a
agree.
dog comes on your property and it threatens you or your livestock or anything,
Yeah,
you can shoot them on your
oh
property.
yeah,
And the police won't do anything, will not say a word about it, so.
Okay. Got the minutes done. Next is what, fire department, is he coming?
You wanna sign that while we're,
The claims?
yeah, didn't you say we had to sign that?
Yeah, we have to sign the claims too. Just get them done here. There you go, Lori.
I texted Sean and he said he's still working, so he won't be here, so I'm gonna, with your blessing, I'm gonna talk to Sean and say, hey, when you're not gonna be there, you need to appoint somebody else to be here.
Good,
We need that report, and this is the second month we're not gonna have a report,
right,
so
right, good,
I will contact Sean.
okay. All
And
right.
then, Justin, he's in a meeting also, and, well, I guess he texted that to
Yeah, he
you, didn't
texted,
he?
yeah, I think he texted all of us.
Yeah, he gave his report via text.
Okay, here, there we go. You want me to read it?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Okay, he says he's running way behind, may not make it back for the meeting. If needed, can see if Harley or Matt can pop in, or I can send a report via text. I'm sorry. And, he could step out for a call if needed. And he said the fountain is in, working well, all repaired and liquid tight is installed. Valve maintenance is underway. Doing the 5 hours per month is approved. Got slag down at wastewater plant, looks great, also filled in potholes. Lift station all cleaned and good. Got ground repaired, filled with dirt at Brandy's house. Is John going to do trimming inside the well fences, water tower and lift station, or do we need to do that with the 5 hours per month when needed? Spray everything but well areas. Might want to look at painting fire hydrants. They need prepped well, blasted and washed, then painted. Don't just put paint on them. We can do this if you'd like. Mike, I did send you a general overview of the bathroom, correct? We could do the project late fall, early winter. Mike said, yes, you did. So that's Justin's report. Okay.
All right,
On Justin here, Sandy
Okay.
found this when she was getting her papers ready to shred. And you know all that trouble we're having down there with that water laying down there by Aldridge's? Well, this is clear back when, Phil Arnett was on the board and everything. And it tells here, with respect to the reference, please find enclosed letter delivered to our office on March 8, 1994 by Mr. Phil Arnett, councilman in the town of Corona, Indiana. We suggest that you review this situation and make any necessary changes to prevent further flooding at your earliest opportunity. It was brought to our attention that the structures at the southwest corner of the intersection, this is of Michigan and Walnut, which would have been down here where Rouse is at, and the west side of State Road 327, opposite South Street on down, has sustained flooding, apparently due to non-functioning field tiles which were not properly repaired as a part of the water main installation.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
So that's probably why we're getting all that water down there, but she thought maybe Justin would like to, so she made him a copy.
Good.
Cause that might be why we can't figure out what's going on down there, where that flood's so bad.
So all of a sudden, how many years did it just start popping up, like a couple years ago, didn't it?
Well, evidently they were having flooding clear back in '94 with it, so it must've been going on for quite a
I
while.
don't remember flooding at Walnut, Michigan, but,
Okay,
Apparently Janet texted somebody her report.
she never texted me nothing. She
No.
was going to, she told me she would, but she didn't. No. Let me make sure here.
We're batting 0 for 2 right now.
Yeah, no, she didn't text me anything today.
And John's not gonna be here. The last time I talked to him, he asked me if it was okay to mow back at the ponds, and I said, yeah, it looks like it needs it. So I don't know how much he's gotten done back there, but he did mow back there some. And, that's about all I know of the street report, but, so, none of our superintendents showed up, or whatever you call them.
Mm-mm.
On that fire hydrant, I mean, I'd back up just a couple steps to
Yeah.
that. I don't know if you guys know Mark Stump or not. He was a police detective forever, but he retired, and he has a mobile sandblasting business, and he's been doing a bunch of fire hydrant.
Who is it?
Mark Stump lives down here, oh,
County Road 28 and then west?
no, he lives all the way down to State Road 8 and then west over towards, just on the county line,
Oh,
down that way is where he
okay.
lives. But he's got a mobile sandblasting trailer, and he's doing it for a lot of small towns. He's been going around blasting the hydrants and repainting them.
Uh-huh.
I can get a quote from him if you'd like.
2 hydrants.
You only got 2 hydrants?
No, the ones that Justin's talking about.
He's got
All
2
the
that
other
he wants
ones were
done.
painted last
yeah,
year.
he
Gotcha,
took care of all those.
gotcha. Yeah, well, he comes in with a mobile unit and blasts them down to bare paint and then puts usually
See
Rust-Oleum on.
what he would charge to
Okay.
do,
I'll give him a call and let you guys know.
yeah,
I'll call you and just let you know what his quote is, and if you like his number, I may give him your number, have him give you a call.
yeah,
Okay.
that'll work.
When, Justin and them do that also?
Yeah, Justin said that they do that also.
Gotcha.
Okay, alright.
All right, old business, we're ready for old business.
Looks like it.
We talked about the bathrooms last month, and I'll just, if you want me to, I'll just, read you
Okay.
what Justin sent me.
Sure.
And NIPSCO did come and take the bird nest down. It's my understanding that the birds are building it again though, so we'll have to see what happens.
I bet I didn't even bring my folder in. I must have- Oh, it's right here. I got it. Duh.
Okay, this is what Justin, this is his scope of work.
Okay.
Design the bathroom layout for the toilet, sink, lights, switches, outlets, and entry door. So that would be his first step of it.
Mhm.
Demolition demo the existing bathroom, remove fixtures, needed flooring, walls, etc. Get floor to one level. You know where you have to step up to get to
To the toilet.
the toilet? He's gonna try to get rid of that. install subfloor rough plumbing to get plumbing to the same floor level, install in-wall rough plumbing, install needed rough electrical, install exhaust fan, install all subflooring, rough wall coverings, and entry door. He suggests that we install FRP ceiling. I'm not sure what that,
That's that white glass board. That's like you go into a commercial bathroom, it's like a textured white
it's
glass
very
board.
easy to clean
Yeah,
and
yes,
stuff,
You
right?
can hose it down, you can
Oh.
wipe it down,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, good.
And, install FRP ceiling. Access above new ceiling can be made from the adjoining office, from Janet's office. Install ceiling and vanity lights. Install FRP wall coverings. Trim out all walls and ceiling with composite. Patch up outside wall of bathroom, trim door, and paint needed outside wall. Install customer choice floor coverings and trim floor with high base. Install and set all fixtures, toilet, vanity, sink, grab bars, paper dispensers, and mirrors. Install all finished light fixtures, box covers, etc. Toilet manufacturer Gerber faucets, Grohe, Grohe, I've never seen that word, or Chicago, or equivalent. And I talked to Justin, and what he's wanting to do is put commercial fixtures in there rather than the box store fixtures. He said you just, with commercial fixtures, he's had a lot better, a lot less repair and maintenance to them. Commercial grade paper dispensers, commercial grade manual operation. Bathrooms shall comply with ADA code. Clean up and test all. All materials used shall be heavy duty commercial grade. Change orders, price changes shall be handled on a case by case basis. Example is if we need to install effluent waste pump, if we can't get plumbing to meet same floor level, or we run into an unknown issue. And that's his scope of work. And then he's got a diagram here, it's kind of hard to see,
Yeah,
of what his idea was of laying it out and stuff. And I do have this two scopes of work, but unfortunately I got sent to the ER from where I work in Garrett. So my truck's still sitting down there, and the other scope of work is in my truck, so.
okay.
The pavilion sign, did you, check anything on that, Lori? Go ahead and write your
The
stuff.
plaques, not quite yet, 'cause I'm not sure. I have to get with Sandy how she wants to pay for it and how much she wants to spend.
You did find something, you said?
There's quite a few things.
Okay,
Yeah, it'll be easy for us to get it. I just have to know how we're gonna attach it and how much you can spend. You can spend whatever you wanna spend.
if it's not pouring down rain, let's walk out there and look at that after the meeting. And
Okay,
The only thing I could think of is some type of outdoor adhesive or
and on the bottom of that.
yeah, that's
is
what
slow
John
moving
needs.
Vehicle sign,
Yeah,
okay,
put that on the back of the trailer, right?
okay, yeah,
I don't know anything about the summer feed
okay,
contract.
I can, give you a little report on that.
Okay.
Sandy said, they have accepted us for the summer feed again for the kids. but they don't have the date they're going to start yet. She figures it'll be here before too long, so she's just waiting daily till they text her and let her know when it's gonna start, but she thinks it'll be on Tuesdays at the park.
Mhm.
So, that's the deal there.
We have been talking for several months about a matching grant program that it's from the state of Indiana, and basically the program itself is 75% the state pays, 25% we pay. And, we did an awful lot of work last summer that ate up our money, and we won't have any new money until June of this year. So, and the application had to be turned in by June. So we decided to wait until the January draw and try to get in on that one when we have some money. So it's not dead yet, we're just kinda postponing it for a few months. And, according to this, we've got $1,400 left of our grant that we got from the Visitors Bureau
Yes,
that paid for the picnic tables, the trash cans,
the pavilion was donated.
the pavilion, and putting it up, and so we've got $1,400 left that we can spend on that.
And those benches, we bought the
benches,
benches
yeah.
with it,
One of the example of one of the benches is right here.
right out front here.
Yeah, I sat in it for about 15 minutes this afternoon.
We've got 3 more to put around town, but we're afraid just to put them out anywhere for fear somebody will just lift them and take them.
Yeah,
So we're trying to figure out how we can anchor them in to make them more
Yeah,
permanent,
yeah.
so.
all right, I guess that's the old business.
And you flip this over here and there's a little bit more right there.
Oh, you got more, okay.
Yeah, right there, Mike.
Janet found that refrigerator, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Cindy Rodiker was the one that started it, but
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, we've got a real nice kitchen back there. It needs some work right now. But the refrigerator was kaput. And we found another used refrigerator, a nice big one, it looks like to me, that works for, what was it, $50?
I think it was 150.
$150.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a heck of a deal, so we do have that to install.
And we got, 2 ladders since last month, didn't we?
Yes, we got
2
two ladders,
for the maintenance,
yeah.
so,
Our old wooden ladders were pretty shaky when you got up on them, and that's the last thing we need is for somebody to tumble off of there. Stumps in the park.
yeah, we got those stumps over there where John cut those trees down. I didn't
Yeah.
know what we were gonna do with the stumps.
Do you want me to check and get them ground out, or what are you guys thinking?
I don't know, didn't Pranger,
Who?
don't they have like a stump
They
removing
do.
thing or something?
They
Yeah, the
do.
one Dave's Boys has got us.
I thought so.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I'll check with Nick and get
Okay.
it. I think it's his nephew that has
Yep.
it.
okay,
And
When they were working over there, I'm sorry to interrupt. When they were working over there, I thought that they had, burned them stumps down to a certain degree. I haven't been over there in a while to see exactly what they did.
I know I see one over there right now, it's up like this, so it's up.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
You talking about the old ones that they ground down?
Yeah, there was a couple of apple trees, on the
By the
east,
sidewalk?
on the east part where that playhouse used to be.
Right?
Yeah, Yeah, back there, yeah.
I thought they had burned those,
Yeah, they did
but
some stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what they did.
I think
And
once
they ground some
the,
things down in there, there was an old stump out there, they ground down, one year, last year before, year they did all the work in the park, the benches, new benches.
Well, they had them big stumps out front,
Them, yeah,
when they
big
tore the
ones
house
out
down,
front.
he
Yeah.
ground them out, so,
yeah,
There was
Okay.
one, there was one, and there was one in front of, Conco's old place.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
I'll check with Nick, see,
alrighty.
uh,
I didn't know, did we need to bring up anything about the fire hydrant thing over here by Rouse? Did we need to bring up anything about that?
yeah, Frank, you got anything on that?
Yeah, well, we had talked about it a little bit, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and, yeah, I got some printouts so you guys can look at it, that just kinda shows the proposed traffic pattern,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then kind of a close-up of,
yeah,
about a 7 foot by 50 foot, gravel pull-off right there, the hydrant's right there.
I'd get him halfway off the road,
Get him a little, the trucks are 8.6 wide,
Yeah.
they get him pretty much all, and I could go wider than that too. And I actually put some snowplow
Since
flags
we've
up
been
down
there,
there,
it's
so you can
cheaper
kinda
and I
see
didn't know it,
what
and
I'm
all the
thinking.
truck traffic.
Well, hopefully there won't be very many trucks. They said some days there wouldn't be any, so it shouldn't.
I'm sure any extra wear and tear on the street either.
Mhm. So, fire hydrant, gravel pole.
What Frank, what we're
This is
talking
6
about,
out
Dave,
here.
is,
6,
They're talking about
Fulton's house,
right here.
yeah.
it would be back at the west end of your alley, and then towards 6.
okay.
Frank has got those vacuum trucks,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
they come out to Frank's place and they dump back there. Then when they get dumped, they all need to have water put back in. So
okay,
Frank wants to buy the water off of the town. And what he's showing us here is, we're gonna make a gravel pull-off so the trucks can get partially off the road.
gotcha, okay.
And, I think the council's all for it.
That's, Walnut Street and the alley there,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be turning off of 6 on 327, and
Yeah.
then turn on Michigan, and turn back headed north on Walnut,
yeah,
and then the fire hydrant right there at the corner of 6 and
yeah,
on the,
Okay.
be the east side.
yeah,
Doing
Yeah,
a pull off right there next to that tan pole barn.
yeah,
So, so they're pretty much off the road,
right,
and then they could hook and fill, and then when they could pull right back on, once they're loaded, they'd pull right back, cause they'd be empty coming in, obviously they'd come to my place to dump.
Yeah.
To get the weight off, I mean, you just got the weight of the truck, obviously.
yeah,
But the truck will be empty by the time it gets there, then they would come in there and just top off with water. And then there's times, I've talked to several drivers since we've spoke about this, and they're like, it's gonna be open year round, because what happens with these guys is they don't have access to water first thing in the morning. So there could be a truck in there at 6 o'clock in the morning wanting to fill. I don't know whether that would bother neighbors, you know what I mean, with the truck traffic coming through there. I know we got trucks coming in and out of Albright's all the
Yeah.
time, you never know.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't-
that's kind of the truck route that the trucks use. Well, they come the other direction to Albright's normally. They turn on to Walnut, and they turn on to Michigan, and they back in there behind Albright's, and then leave on 327. But it is,
I don't see that being a problem, but,
yeah. And then when we had a meeting with Justin about it, and he said that he felt as though the town needs to use more water. Obviously,
Yes.
he's hoping that would help solve some of this rust issue that's, that's built up
Yeah.
in the airport, flowing more water.
Yeah.
Plus a little more revenue for the town,
Yeah.
guaranteed revenue.
did we come to hard numbers at that meeting?
No, cause Sandy wasn't there, and
And she's not here tonight.
she's not here tonight either. And, what kind of the proposal was, when Justin was there at that meeting, when we had that, you guys kinda like the idea of having that set number, whatever that number may be, so if it's whatever the meter fee would be, and okay, that gets us 4,000 gallons or whatever the number is, and then we would pay per gallon or whatever the town rate is for the rest of the water usage for the month, and then I want you guys to bill us, that way you'll get your money.
Right.
Then we'll chase down all these other clowns that are coming in there, cause we're dealing with like 8 different companies that are
Right.
coming in and out of there.
no, yeah,
You got directional bore guys that need water, you got, cause we're dealing with directional bore companies as well as vac companies.
Yeah.
Cause they all have that same thing, but they all need water. And you know, it could be none, it could be, I think there was, 7 trucks dumped over there today. So
How many?
7 dumped today, that's a pretty busy day. I mean,
Yeah.
7 to 9 trucks is a busy day, there's days, we went 3 days last week, didn't have a truck. Then we had a 9 truck day, you just
Yeah.
don't know, depends
Yeah.
on where they're working and how it works out.
Are they still flushing that water tower?
Yeah,
They-
yeah, they flush that hydrant 2 to 3 times a week, that's what
Yeah.
Justin was saying, he goes, what I want these drivers to do, if all this goes through, I want them to dump that hydrant for 30 seconds to make sure that there's the brown slugs out,
Right,
you know,
right.
for lack of a better term. He goes, I'm predicting if these guys are filling daily, you know, they fill clear empty, they're 1,500 gallons, but they're not normally clear empty, but they have to top off before they go back to the job. So
Yeah.
he goes, I'm guessing they're gonna be between 700 and 1,000 gallons every time they get water. And then Justin talked about, he had a used meter, cause the meters are super expensive. What he priced them that night, $4,500
I
or something
believe
for a
so,
meter.
yeah.
But he had a used meter, he talked like he was gonna let the town use for a while until we figured out if this was all gonna flow, cause there may be a bunch of bitches.
Have you guys
That's
got,
right, we don't know.
You don't know, and I get
That's
it.
right.
have you guys got anything hooked up down there yet, or?
No, we haven't did anything.
Okay.
We're waiting on this meeting to have a discussion before, cause I was, soon as I get the okey dokey, or if I get the okey dokey, that's when I'll cut the gravel out, put the gravel in for the pull off, get that all done, get with Justin, get the meter hooked up. Cause these guys are, they're chomping at the bit, you know, I've told several of the drivers, they're like, oh man, you're gonna have water? I said, hopefully, if it all goes good, you know, a half mile away, we'll have water.
Yeah,
Cause we were gonna punch a well over there, a big well, and fill there. And I got thinking about it, well, they wanna fill fast,
yeah.
they don't wanna wait.
Right.
And I'm like,
We
well,
don't
the town
have
could
to
always
make
use
a
more
motion to
revenue, this
accept
would
it
just make
too.
sense
Yeah,
to do that.
well, that's right behind, Eric Kennedy's place.
It's a couple doors down, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do that as a board, can't we?
Maybe I have to make a motion, accept it.
Cause I actually
Accept it.
own the one on the corner there with the brown barn with all the junk, I've been up that guy.
Might as well just do it.
oh,
I
Ruben.
rent that,
I'm
Ruben,
for it.
he's a
I
good
think,
dude,
well,
but,
if we can
You
do
only-
that.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but,
that's exactly it,
yeah.
but anyway.
We accept the bid.
That was the thing,
Accept the
so I don't really have to
motion
ask for
to-
permission as far as from the owner of the property right there, cause I already own that,
Right.
you know, where the hydrant is.
Yeah.
Work, but,
Other than I don't wanna make
you
anybody mad, I know you got Peck
the
right there, you know,
pricing is
next to it,
pending
which I
until
get along with
Sandy
him
can do
alright,
it.
I don't think he would really
Yeah.
have a problem with it.
He's not really
Yeah,
there
right, 'cause we can't.
too much.
He's gone all the time.
Pricing is
Yeah,
pending
he,
until he talks to him.
Yeah.
whatever
I think we can
I've
make a
heard that
motion,
he
they could go
cleans
ahead and
out
Start.
Mhm.
foreclosure
That's
I
what-
think
properties.
that's
we
what
ought to make
Ruben
a
does.
motion, they could go
And,
ahead and start, but,
apparently
the
he's a busy
pricing
man,
will
'cause
be
he's
pending
gone
until
more than he's
Sandy
there.
can
Yeah.
Exactly,
get all this and.
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
He needs
I'll
some
be-
help
Yeah.
getting all that
Gravel
stuff
and
corralled
everything.
and gotten rid of.
Hey, guys, I'm gonna make a motion that we accept the business with Frank in the town, pending Sandy coming up with all the figures.
Okay.
So that will give, that'll give you the clearance to go ahead and get everything hooked up. So,
So is she out of town?
No, she's here, but she had grandkids thing tonight.
Grandkid duty or whatever, so
Yeah.
I can give her a call.
Yeah,
Maybe she can work me up some numbers. I mean, I couldn't see
Mm-hmm.
it being crazy. I think it would make sense. I want the town to make money.
yeah,
yes,
I want it to be an addition to the business that I have going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want it to be a win-win for everybody.
well, the way that meeting went the other night, I think everybody was happy with the $25 a month. And then,
Well, it might even be 20, it might even be 50, 40, or whatever she decides, because I know that there's the minimum charge in Corona is, what is it, $63 or something, is that true?
Yes.
But that's garbage, sewer,
68.
water.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be no
Right.
sewer here, this is just strictly a water
Strictly
situation,
Yeah.
so
water.
whatever
Plus it's gonna be
number,
going up 10%
yeah,
10% more pretty soon, so.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
it's
3
obviously
year
so
rate.
much, it's like I think it's $4 1,000 or $4 every
Right now,
1,500 for
minimum
additional water
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
There's whatever the numbers are.
You're close, I
Yeah,
can't remember.
something in the
what it is.
ballpark.
Minimum is
that.
$68.
But then I realize you guys, if you guys are gonna invest in a meter as the town, we gotta make sure that, I get you want to have that monthly, hey, I gotta guarantee, cause all of a sudden, you're like, hey, that Frank, that jackass, we only got 3 trucks this month. I
Yeah.
get it, so that way you have a number, okay, I know I'm gonna get this much, which
Yeah.
makes sense to pay for the meter. And then if we use a whole ton of water, then you would get more.
Well, I'm assuming that Justin normally doesn't do it anymore. But Cash or Navarre will just read it,
Yeah,
just like they do all the
that's
other
what
ones.
Justin said, he goes, wanna read meters, we'll read that one.
Right,
if
and
it's
Sandy
over-
will have all those figures.
And we're
there.
gonna lock it, and the concern was making sure the fire, cause there's 3 ports on the hydrant, the firemen would still have access to the hydrant, no problem. We were just gonna lock that meter to make
Yeah.
sure a kid can't go turn it on or whatever.
Right.
And then have a roller coat on it or whatever, that way Justin can service it, and then the drivers can have access to it.
I'll make the motion that we accept this contract with Frank.
Okay.
And as soon as Sandy can get on it, we'll get everything rolled
I'll
up
second
and
it.
Okay,
get it back to you.
okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is that something you want me to give her a call, or you're gonna get with her and she'll probably give?
It probably would be better if you talk to her,
Okay.
cause
Yeah.
you'll know what, I
I'll give
mean,
her a
I
buzz.
can do it, but
Yep, no, I'll give her a call and.
It'd probably be best for them to talk without the middleman,
Yeah.
cause then we get
Yep.
mixed up.
Yeah.
What?
That's
You
fine,
know what I
that's
mean?
fine. I just didn't
Yeah.
wanna step on anybody's toes,
No.
you know, if you want me to call her, I'll give her a call,
Yeah.
that's fine.
yeah,
Cause she would know all that, so.
And then we can, if she's all good with it, we'll start moving forward and, yeah, cause
Okay.
those guys are ready to go.
Yeah.
They like to have water.
Okay.
Dave, did you have anything you wanted to bring up?
I'm good.
Okay, you got anything else, Frank?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I do have one more thing while we're
Yeah.
talking completely off base from what we just talked about.
yeah,
What's the situation on this lot over here, where you guys tore down the old bar?
Well,
Frank was
the old bar,
wanting
the
to
old
buy
stuff.
that.
yeah, we're supposed to be getting it appraised.
That was my understanding.
I said something to Sandy about that just this afternoon.
You have to go through the
Yeah.
lawyer and everything and have
Yeah.
it appraised.
Gotcha.
It's been a while
That'll
since
be-
we asked to have it appraised, so,
Yeah, so we better get back on it.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's sitting there, cause I talked to Kevin Aldridge the other day, he said, yeah, it needs some dirt down there, this and that, then you would talk like you were gonna get some dirt from Waterloo, and then they're dumping that at a different spot, I see.
Well, I've called him twice already this spring, and each time he says, yeah, I'm gonna get you that dirt. So I told him, I said, call me beforehand and I'll come down there and show the trucks where to dump
Well,
and,
if we have the money right now or not, and if we're gonna get
It's
it
free.
appraised.
no,
it's
no,
free.
there ain't no
It's free.
money involved, it's
No,
free.
it's
If
free.
we're gonna get it appraised, we might wait till we get the dirt down. 'Cause
Well, it
it'd
would
be
praise for
higher,
more,
you know?
yeah, it would.
It'd be
Yeah.
more desirable with the dirt down.
Yeah, because it's kind of a mess right now.
Yeah.
And I told Kevin, 'cause I know he tore the building down, I told him, well, if those guys don't get the dirt, let me know, I mean, I would donate some dirt, he goes, hey, we'll need 5 or 6 loads, I mean, I obviously got dirt piled up down there, so I would, but you still gotta truck it, you know, you gotta get it down here, but Kevin, you know,
Well,
that's
the-
between you guys, but I told him that I would get some dirt if you guys wanted to
The
fill it.
nice thing with this was, he wasn't gonna charge us anything,
And it's
trucking or
trucked.
nothing, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Which I couldn't believe, but that's what he said, so. He was just, back when I talked to him last year, after you brought that article up here,
yeah,
he said, I just need places to dump dirt, cause I'm gonna have a bunch of it. Well, when I talked to him this last time, he said, yeah, I'm gonna get it for you. But he said, right now, it's going so fast
yeah.
that I can't let trucks drive clear to Corona and come back, or I won't have no trucks. So.
I think we probably ought to just try a different route. Sounds like it.
Yeah, he keeps telling me he
Or just
will,
let
but
it go as it is, you know?
Does, Eric
That's
have
where
any
advisors
plans for
do it.
that dirt
Yeah,
behind
that's
his
true,
place?
too.
he said he's gonna use all of it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's what he told me, 'cause I already talked to him about it.
Oh,
Yeah, I was-
Kennedy over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a big old, was that where he put the pool in there? Is
Yeah.
that what he
Yeah.
cut out? Okay,
Yeah.
I seen there was a big old pile laying
Yeah,
back there.
I didn't know if he had plans for it or not.
Well, I think we've talked to him about that several times too,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Yeah. Anybody got anything else?
I don't have anything. Do you, Lori?
No, I was a plaque.
Anybody else got anything out here?
Well, if that's the case, we'll adjourn for the night. I hate getting old and forget what you was gonna say. I was gonna say something,
I second that.
but,
See, Justin gets this.
oh, I know what I was gonna say.
Okay.
The
You didn't,
people
you
we're
just adjourned
getting the
it.
dirt from is API that used to do all the paving in town.
Yeah,
If this dirt deal falls through, he's not gonna be on the list of contractors to get on the job, so.
Or we could just let it go without spreading dirt.
Yeah, and I had some interest in that lot, but it's like, my wife's like, well, and I'll tell you what